welcome to DiceTillDawn. I'm back, I guess. Sorry it's been a long time since my last video, but I just got my summer work done and now I'm back in school and I hope I'll have more time. And I'll keep doing a few videos here, perhaps today even a few videos, and I'll talk about few of the new games I've got. And also I've been working with on my top 100 list. It's pretty much ready now, some 2 weeks maybe, and I might start recording that next week or so. And also I've been working with my updated top 30 solo games list, and I'll do this next month or so, depending on how it goes. I have a few games I want to test maybe before doing that list, but still it's almost done also, so stay tuned for those if you're interested. But today I'm talking about Tides of Madness. This is a pretty new game, just released on GenCon I think, and I have the older version, the Tides of Time also. These are basically the same game in a sense, but this has Cthulhu mythos theme to it and one new mechanic, I guess, in a sense. So, Tides of Madness is basically a drafting game for 2 players, which uses 18 cards total and nothing else, except there are these madness tokens in this version, but basically nothing else than the 18 cards. The madness tokens are nice, so that's cool. But yeah, so what you do in the game is you draft 18 cards total during 3 rounds, and basically you draw. These have one of the coolest artwork there is. I can show you a few of the cards here. They are amazing, and all these cards, they have 5 different suits. So basically, like in a regular card deck, and one which doesn't have a suit but different abilities. And all of the cards are basically different kinds of set collection or some ability. For example, this has the fortress icon, the red fortress icon, and it also gives 3 points for each of the tentacle, what are these, the purple icon. So if you have this, you gain 3 for each of those. Then there might be things like, for each, this is a green lore icon and gives you 3 for each of the fortress icons. So you just draw 5 of these cards each round and then draft them, switching them between the players, and try to gain the most points and also negate the opponent's combos he's building there. So the main part here is not only getting the best cards for yourself, but also you can see that now he has picked the 3 cards which give a different kind of combo, and you now have 1 more of those cards. Do you now take that card, which would give him a lot of points, but maybe not much for you, or do you take the card that gives you more points? You always have to tackle on which is better, because this is a 2-player game, so it's always like if you lose points, the other player kind of gains points in a sense. So that's hard to balance, and it's very interesting, and it makes every card draft or choice very important. And another cool thing is that after the first round, when you have drafted the 5 cards, you then score the cards and you take them to your hand. And then you remove 1 of the cards from the game, face down, so the other player doesn't know what you removed. And you also get to keep one card for the rest of the game. So the next 2 rounds you will always have that card on the table. And then you draw 2 more cards and you start the draft with the leftovers from the previous round. So there is a lot of tactics in what do you draft and when, and which cards do you remove, and all these things. And of course after the second round you do the same thing, so you now see what the other player has kept from the first round, and you can make a more educated guess on what to remove from the game and what to keep for yourself. And after 3 rounds the game is over, all the rounds have their own scoring, and the player with the most points in the end wins. Okay, so that's basically the same as Tides of Time, but there is one difference here also. Other than few of the card abilities are also different, but few of the cards have these tentacles on the sides, about half of the cards I think, about like 9 cards or something. And whenever you draft a card that has tentacles on the side, you also get one of those madness tokens. And for each madness token, if you get 9 madness tokens, you are eliminated from the game and you lose. So there is a possibility that this could end on the second round, for example. But also you get a bonus. Each round the player that got the most madness tokens gets either 4 points or gets to heal 1 madness. So there's this balance. And also there is one card, the Necronomicon of course, that gives you 1 point for each madness you have. So you want to hoard them, but not too much, because also there is another card that makes you take a madness from the other player, so if you are stuck with that card, you might run over the 9 and lose the game. So there's very nice thematic tension there, in addition to the normal abilities that were in Tides of Time. So there is another layer of depth here because of the madness tokens. I have seen a game end in the one player going insane, and in one game I think it was 9-8, so it was also almost both of us gone insane, but I won the game by not going insane. It is possible for both players to lose if they go over the 9 at the same round. But yeah, so that's pretty much the gameplay. I won't be showing this on a table. I hope that's like enough for explanation for you. There are other videos if you want more of this on how to play. But yeah, what are my thoughts? Well, I really like the game. It's sometimes nerve-wrackingly tense, and that's a good thing about it. And every card you draft, you have to think about what is left in my hand, what do I give to the other player. And after the first draft, you have to remember what cards did you give and which like symbols or suits did you give to the other player, so you can make even more educated guesses on which is the other player wanting to pick and what do you want. And some of the abilities are just cool, and there's the card that if you get all 5 suits you get 13 points, and all those can be very devastating. But also you can counter which player is going to get the take from madness. It is a good card, it's a wild suit, so it helps with many of the combinations, but it basically gives you a swing of 2 on the madness tokens, because you take 1 from the opponent and you get it, so that's very risky in a sense. But yeah, and sometimes the games just go landslide 80 to 30 points or so, but that's usually just because you are playing it poorly or the other player just played it way better than you. So of course there is the luck of the draw, but I think if you know the deck after a play or two, you know the basics and you can really start planning on what to do, and all of the cards come to the game, so it's only a matter of which player chooses what and which do they remove from the game, and all that those are the things that change the game. But of course the order, if the 13-point card for example comes up in the first round, it's much better than when it comes in the third round or so. Even though it can still give you the 13 points, but you can't keep it around and try to score it every round, for example. So all those things change the game quite a bit. And it's quick. I think 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops when you've played at least one game. Maybe the first game is 25 minutes to half an hour when you learn the game, but after that you don't really need to worry about play time or even table space or anything. This is pretty small. You can play on a pretty small table, although you have to have space for like 7 cards, both of these on the table. But of course you could stack them close to each other because there isn't much else than the suite and the ability up here. So if you really play on a coffee table or something, you can really shrink the table space it takes down a lot. And so, do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you have Tides of Time, I think you should still consider this. If you feel like Tides of Time is good, but you would want something more, then this is the game for you, because it is basically the same game, but the madness thing added to it. So if you don't want more tension or like sudden death ending that is now possible, then stay with Tides of Time. It's pretty much the same game in other sense, but the art is cool, the madness is a nice idea, and the tension it gives is just cool. So that's about it. That's a quick overview review of Tides of Madness by Portal Games, and I can't really think much bad about it. I guess the box is too big. I think I should just put both of the games on the same box, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep Tides of Time because I do like this better. But yeah, that's Tides of Madness, and see you next time. Bye.